Young man, I advise you to consider this carefully. I do not like to be rejected. If something catches my eye, I'll do anything to get it. Phineas began to ramp things up. If you agree, then not only will you get the money, you'll also become a friend of the Laney family. If you ever run into trouble, our family will help you. Conversely, if you turn me down, you'll become an enemy of the Laney family. You have to decide for yourself whether you want to be our friend or foe. Dustin couldn't help but laugh when he heard that. I don't like to be threatened. If you're going to speak like that, then we can only be enemies. Phineas' face darkened. Punk, are you sure you want to do this? Of course. Dustin nodded. Don't think you can go around fearlessly because you have the Harmons backing you. To tell you the truth, I have 100 ways to deal with small fry like you. If you're going to remain stubborn, I don't mind playing this game with you, Phineas threatened with a nasty expression. I'll play with you to the end. Dustin was not the least bit afraid. Good. I hope you won't regret it. Phineas snorted, got up, and left. A country bumpkin actually had the guts to go against him? He must have a death wish. The night went by uneventfully, but the next morning, Dustin was rudely awoken by a scream. When he opened his door, he found Caitlin collapsed on the floor, her face white with fear. Mr. Rhys, Dusty is dead. Caitlin pointed at the door with tears in her eyes. Dustin looked over to find a dead gray cat hanging from the top of the entrance of the medical center. The cat had been disemboweled, its blood dripping onto the floor. It was a grisly sight. This was the cat that Caitlin brought back yesterday. Dustin frowned. When he stepped outside to take a look, he discovered that dog blood had been splashed all over both sides of the main entrance, including the medical center's sign. Hanging a cat and splashing dog blood, this was no longer just humiliation. This was a blatant threat and provocation. Beep beep! At that moment, the Maybach from yesterday slowly pulled over at the side of the road. The window rolled down to reveal Phineas and Matt's faces. Both father and son had the same arrogant smirk on their faces. Did you do this? Dustin's face turned stormy. Congratulations! You've got the right answer. Matt grinned. Dustin, we have already given you a chance. You didn't appreciate it then, so don't blame us for pulling some tricks. You insist on fighting me? Dustin's eyes were icy. Fight? Are you worthy of fighting us? You need to know that we're still playing right now. Matt sneered. Of course, all this is just a taste. The main event will come later. Aren't you always on your high horse? I have plenty of time to play with you. Of course, I'm not just going to play with you but also with your woman. I know you still have feelings for Dahlia, but don't worry. Once I get her in my bed, I'll film a video for you to enjoy. I want you to watch me defile your woman. Just the thought of it is wonderful. At the end of the sentence, he even licked his lips. You're asking for death. Dustin was seeing red. Asking for death? Are you capable of killing me? Do you think the Harmons would turn against the Laneys for you? Without Natasha's protection, you're fucking nothing. I'll give you 3 days to think. Either you hand over the Amorchinol formula, or you start shopping for your own coffin. After Matt finished speaking, he wound up the car window and left. With a dark expression, Dustin took out his phone and dialed a certain number. Hey, I need a favor.